711 AD, year 89 of the Hagira. I begin my tale as the winds throw the sands up into a spiral, forcing the men and horses to shield their eyes and seek refuge. I cannot help but notice how the camels stand tall, undaunted. We are a people of the horse, but we have the resilience of camels as well. Invaders have swept through this land for centuries, and yet we Berbers have remained powerful and strong-willed. Despite our strength, we have only rarely ventured outside of our homeland on the path of conquest. That is about to change. A man named Tariq Ibn Ziyad has sowed the seeds of ambition among warriors and simple herdsmen alike. And we prepare for war. Tariq is not as other men. Once a slave, he rose to become a brilliant general. Strong, charismatic and tactful, he is also a Berber like us. Thousands of men flocked to his banner, and men who formerly shunned the thought of venturing across the sea now eagerly board the ships destined for Iberia. With Allah as my witness, I shall truthfully record the events to come, for good or evil.
Gaze upon this fruitful land, my brothers. Our conquest of Iberia begins today!
We have deserted the usurper Roderick to fight for an honorable man like yourself. His army is camped just across the ford to the northwest. Charge!
We have won a great victory here today, my brothers. Let us construct a camp and seize Cordoba, the jewel of southern Iberia. A ship of villagers has arrived from Ceuta to help us establish a camp. To work, quickly. There is no time to lose.
Your course is just. Our stable will train your horsemen, and our dock will build your ships. We are tired of Visigoth rule, and will follow you instead.
Reinforcements have arrived from Ceuta. Visigoths had much gold hoarded in this castle.
Cordoba is ours. You have fought well today, comrades, and by the will of Allah we have succeeded.
Racked by fear and treachery, the slow Visigoth forces fell easily to our agile horsemen. Thousands lie dead, and yet one cannot help but admire how the Visigoths fought valiantly and honorably to the bitter end. It is a melancholy thing to see their corpses left to the crows and wolves. As we entered the city of Cordoba, our men stared in awe at the architecture and riches on display. Now is no time for resting, Tariq tells us. There is much left to be done. "712 AD, year 90 of the Hagira. Banners billow in the wind, and the tips of spears glisten in the sun as hundreds of soldiers ride by. A horn sounds as the front of the column approaches a promontory overlooking a large, glorious city. We have reached Toledo, the center of the Visigoth kingdom. I can hardly believe my eyes at her beauty. A city worthy of a king. Tariq is determined that we capture Toledo quickly, before the neighboring cities have the chance to react. The Visigoths' heartland will be difficult to subdue. Opposing us, in addition to Toledo, are the cities of Seville, Merida, Talavera, and Guadalajara. Many of these cities date back to a time when the Romans still ruled these lands. We are not alone, however. Tariq's former master, Musa ibn Usair, has landed in the south with a large army. If we can capture Toledo and hold it until Musa's soldiers arrive, we will crush the Visigoths with a two-pronged attack.
Across this river lies Toledo, the Visigothic capital. We should seize it quickly before word of our arrival reaches the nearby towns.
Honorable Tariq, our sappers have undermined all gates leading into the city, and only a token force remains to guard it.
Let us strike swiftly and bring glory to the Caliphate. The city is ours. Let us strike out from here and conquer the surrounding towns.
Tariq Aga, your ally Musa is gathering his forces at Cordoba. They should arrive to reinforce us in 30 minutes. Guadalajarans were fools to resist us. The fortress of Talavera lies in ruin.
My army is ready to march, Tariq. Onwards to glory!
has fallen to our glorious armies.
The heartland of Visigothic Iberia is under our control. Now we can truly establish our rule here.
The Visigoth cities did not fall easily. These people truly fight like lions. To breach the walls of Toledo, Tariq ordered the construction of 2 large armored rams with iron heads. These engines are indeed fearsome to behold. The gates of city after city crumbled before their might. A cloud of dust could be seen from miles away as Musa's army approached, laden down with the spoils of war after having breached the cities of Seville and Merida. Both armies celebrated their success with much revelry. (713 AD), year 91 of the Hagira. The meeting between Tariq and Musa was strange to witness. The respect between the two is considerable, but there is an air of competition, of rivalry. The Caliph has ordered that Tariq and Musa return to Damascus, but they refuse to be robbed of their glory. Dividing the army, Tariq strikes north, while Musa targets the city of Saragossa. Recognizing our might, a local Visigoth lord, Theodomir of Mercia, has pledged us his support. Home to a strong army and a thriving economy, Mercia will be a potent ally. However, we have a new and dangerous enemy. Pelayo of Asturias, a Visigoth nobleman, has rallied what was a fractured resistance into a formidable adversary. In his dominion in Asturias, a large army gathers, preparing to attack. If we can weather the storm that is sure to come, with the blessing of Allah, we may even be able to conquer as far as Septimania.
Our armies are poised to launch an offensive across the Ebro Valley and into Septimania. The cities of Zaragoza and Narbonne stand in our way. Let them feel the wrath of our armies. My lord, Theodomir of Mercia has pledged us his allegiance and promises to periodically provide us with tribute and soldiers.
We offer what we can to aid you in your battles. We will drive your Moorish scum from our beloved homeland. Prepare for battle.
Destroyed the castle in Zaragoza. Narbonne has fallen to our glorious armies. Thanks be to Allah!
The mania in the Ebro Valley have fallen beneath the heel of our glorious armies. But we have not achieved a complete victory. Tariq and Musa were forced to return to Damascus. And without their leadership, it will be difficult to defeat the Asturians. The future of the conquest looks bleak. I shall continue to chronicle the events ahead, though I fear that our land may fall victim to invasions and internal strife, like so many other kingdoms before us. (732 AD), year 110 of the Hagira. After many years, our people have finally found another glorious leader to follow. Seeking vengeance for the defeat of our armies at the hands of the Franks over 10 years before, Abd al-Rahman al-Kafiki has rallied our armies for another campaign. Bred on the battlefield, al-Kafiki is no stranger to the ways of war. In addition to successful forays against the Visigoth, Asturians and Franks, his most recent exploit was the quelling of a rebellion by the Berber governor in Catalonia. To reach the land of the Franks, we must make a dangerous crossing of the Pyrenees. To arrive at the other side in time for spring, we will be forced to start this journey in the dead of winter. The rugged terrain is difficult for armies to cross, and our enemies will surely seek to hinder our passage. Many men will not survive the journey. I grow old, but I will make this journey through the frigid mountains so that I might see another year of conquest.
The passes through the Pyrenees are treacherous and crawling with enemy troops. You have a long and trying journey ahead of you.
Brace yourselves for frigid winds and be wary of enemy ambushes. We must reach the Allied camp on the other side of the mountains before the cold of winter claims us all.
Charge!
An Asturian fortress lies just ahead. We do not have the means to capture it. We should turn around.
Welcome to our humble village, my lord. Allow our blacksmith to upgrade your weapons.
The main road to the southeast is guarded by 2 enemy fortresses. We must take the mountain pass to the northeast. An Asturian camp. Let us fall upon it as walls closing in for the kill. A final Basque ambush stands between us and our goal. Press forward and fight bravely. We have braved the cruel wintry weather of the Pyrenees. Let us make camp, eat, rest, and then continue our conquests. Good work, men.
Truly, I have not endured such a trying journey in the entirety of my life. The cold and cruel winds were like nothing I have ever experienced. And the fear of enemy ambushes lurking behind every bend is enough to drive a man mad. Between the elements and enemy blades, many of our men perished on the crossing. Nevertheless, we arrived in considerable force on the other side. It is more than many hoped for. We have little time to rest and recover our strength. The Franks will not lie waiting forever. (732 AD), year 110 of the Hagira, a month since we crossed the Pyrenees. Our army advances into the heart of Aquitania, scouting the region as we move forward. Thick forests and open fields abound. We made camp near a river crossing. The Frankish army is powerful, but their cavalry cannot match ours as long as we fight on an open field. Using our mobility to our advantage will prove vital in the battles ahead. El Kafiki will risk no error. He has a score to settle with the Frankish Count Odo of Aquitaine, the warlord who smashed an Umayyad army at Toulouse 10 years ago. After such a long time, these two giants will finally meet again. The Frankish lands are divided and are no match for the organization of the Umayyad Caliphate. Capturing the city of Bordeaux will surely throw the region into chaos. Then, we will pounce on the scattered Frankish army like a cat upon a mouse. This will be the great Razzia or raid of our time. I can only pray that we are up to the challenge.
3 nearby villages supply the Frankish army with resources. We should pillage them before we set up our camp.
We have the resources to outfit a handful of extra troops, but we are otherwise on our own until reinforcements arrive.
To arms! Berber horsemen approach our village!
Frankish paladins approach from the northwest. Make haste to our camp.
We are under attack by Berber raiders! Call for reinforcements at once! The Umayyad army approaches our village! We're doomed!
Let us leave, quickly! I spot Frankish paladins approaching from the north.
The Aquitanian villages have been subdued. The reinforcements are now on their way to help us establish a camp. Rejoice, Bobudo. The heart of Aquitaine is ours. descendants of Berevek are no match for our proud Berber cavalry. Long live the Umayyad Caliphate!
With the blessing of Allah, the horn announcing our success sings a loud, shrill tone that echoes over the countryside. Upon hearing of our approach, Odo's army descended upon Bordeaux, only to be trampled beneath our hooves. Another Frankish army hastened south, but was no match for our brave seasoned warriors. A bloody battle ensued, and afterwards, the Franks lamented their defeat, saying that God alone knows the number of the slain. With the Frankish army defeated, there is little standing between our magnificent forces in eternal glory as the conquerors of Europe. For centuries, history will remember us as the courageous warriors who defeated countless kings. My journey is at an end, but our triumphant army marches north to defeat one final adversary, a man who calls himself the Hammer, Martel in the Frankish tongue, foolishly believes that he can resist us. Soon enough, his feeble army will crumble and flee, just like the rest.